Hello and welcome to the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. Today is Monday, June 19th, 2023. So we went on a field trip earlier this afternoon, and so what remains of this update isn't going to be quite as regimented as typical where we go over 24-hour averages. Instead, we're going to highlight a variety of different things that I thought were noteworthy based on this most recent field trip. So enjoy the presentation. Let's take a careful look at both of these video clips. The video clip that appears on the left-hand side of your screen was taken today, June 19th, 2023, at approximately 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The video clip that you see on the right-hand side of your screen was taken on April 16th, 2023, at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now here's where it gets interesting. Today, June 19th, at around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, PJM, PP&L, that zone of the PJM grid prices were at $24.71. The dashboard was hypothesizing that it was likely that the Panther Creek data center, or rather the Panther Creek power plant itself, was being curtailed, right? So that a majority of the electricity that was needed to power the data center was actually coming from the grid. Now you'll notice how on the left-hand side of your screen, the steam that's so clearly visible on the image on the right-hand side of your screen just really isn't that visible. Now, from a temperature perspective, it was around 80 degrees today, whereas by contrast, on April 16th, 2023, it was about 67 degrees at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And by the way, grid prices at around that time on April 16th were about $14.70 in PJM PP&L. How do I know that? Well, remember, the dashboard does have a data log feature that enables me to kind of go back in time to see precisely what was going on at various times throughout any given day, and it records not only what happened or what was going on insofar as grid pricing, but also the temperatures that existed at the time as well. So here's the question, and this is maybe something you can provide some commentary on in the comments or perhaps on Twitter. Is it possible that we are not able to see quite as much steam right in the video clip that was taken today because the temperature was warmer, whereas by contrast, the video clip on the right, which was taken when the temperature was 67 degrees, the steam is more visible. I do see, if you look very carefully, there does appear to be a faint amount of steam that's being produced on the video clip on the left. You kind of have to look very carefully, but you can kind of see that there appears to be something, right, kind of emerging from the left-hand side of the plant there. Whereas, of course, the video clip on the right-hand side, it's almost like a cloud factory, right? You see the white steam just kind of like emanating from the plant very clearly. So here's the question. Is it true that perhaps today we were curtailing activity at the power plant itself and instead importing the majority of the electricity that was needed, for the data center from the grid? Based not only on these observations, but also from observations, that I was able to experience by being closer to the plant itself, I actually think there's a very strong argument to be made for that having been the case. That, in other words, yes, the power plant was running, but we were sort of idling, like probably maybe running at around, say, roughly 10 megawatts of electricity production at that particular time during the day, and then the roughly 70 megawatts or so that is needed to power the data center would have been coming in from the PJM grid. What do you think? Let me know in comments. Let me know on Twitter. I'm very open and receptive to thoughts and ideas with regard to like what we're actually witnessing, in these two video clips. Again, on the left, that's today, June 19th. On the right, that's April 16th of this year. Same time of day. On the left, about roughly, say, 80 degrees. On the right, about 67 degrees. So join me on a brief ride-along. We're going to approach Panther Creek in a moment here. You'll notice these are public roads that we're traveling on. They are well-traveled roads, I might add. There's a lot of activity here. By the way, I'm slowing this down on the left. This is where coal and ash trucks will deviate from the public road onto sort of like the on-ramp. I noticed that there's like a wait station. So that's where the coal and ash trucks go. So they veer off to the left. We're not going to veer off to the left. We're going to keep going straight here. And as you can see, this is a very, very beautiful area. I always feel as if though I kind of get lost in the moment. I nearly missed the turn, in fact. I was so lost in the moment. As you'll notice on the left-hand side, we actually see either a coal or ash truck that is departing from Panther Creek, either having dropped off some waste coal or perhaps having picked up some beneficial use ash, and so it's on its way out. We're going to continue on our way. You can see the power plant in the distance. It's around this time where I really feel as if though to some extent I'm kind of like entering sacred space. I know that sounds a bit extreme and kind of overly dramatic, but these are very, very important power plants. I think they perform an incredibly crucial function. I do have other cameras that are attached to my vehicle. However, we're just going to do the straight ahead view here so you get a sense of what it's like. We just passed the main entrance on the left. We're going to keep going up a little further here. There's a forest service road of sorts. A lot of all-terrain vehicle riders love to congregate here. I've contemplated perhaps joining them. It looks like a lot of fun. They just go up that road and there's just a lot to look at. But here we are, face to face with Panther Creek. Many blessings, Panther Creek. Stay healthy, stay safe. What a beautiful power plant. Notice no real steam coming out of the side there, so I don't know. Again, tell me in the comments, what do you think? Anyway, I hope this has been an enjoyable ride along. Okay, let's bring it to an end. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little field trip. Again, I know that this is not quite the same thing as a regular daily update. That being said, we're going to reunite again tomorrow. The stock market's going to be open, so we'll have a lot to talk about. So until then, let's stay positive, let's be great, and we'll see each other tomorrow.